And we're back. We're live. Well, at the time, with the Vacuous perspective. I'm Val. Nate, what's going on, man?
Not much, my big furry friend. I think I need to zoom out. Hold on. Here we go. Is that better?
No. You're all jiggly too.
I'm jiggly?
Yeah. It's getting better.
Look, it could be. I'm not connected directly into the matrix. I'm wirelessly plugged in today.
Oh no.
But I think we'll be fine.
All right, give us one more zoomy. In.
In. There you go.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah. No. How are you, mate?
Yeah. Going good, man. Thought I'd start the episode same as last week. Check the emails, all right?
Please
get
do.
That done.
Yep. Check that. Get that out of the way. Get all the busy work out of the way.
Yeah. Get the busy work out of the way. Okay. New 2 emails. 2 emails.
2 emails.
Yeah, that's pretty fresh. Even 1 email is pretty rare, but 2 emails, that's super rare.
And we have to do a double episode. Like, I mean, this is a lot. This is a lot of the chores. We've actually never had a to-do list like this.
Sure. We'll have to extend. We'll have to sort of account for it. You know. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The Vacuous perspective. They put deer at the front there. Just wanted to reach out and give you my feedback on the recent episode of your show that I listened to. Okay. I have to say I was really impressed with the level of research and analysis that went into the discussion on the topic of climate change.
This person is definitely trolling us. Have we talked about climate change?
I don't know if we've talked about climate change all that much. That you're mentioned here, the way Nate presented the information was clear and concise, and they did a great job of bringing in different perspectives and expert opinions.
That is laughable.
Okay. I especially appreciated the way Val handled the issue of skepticism surrounding climate change. They presented the arguments in a balanced and unbiased manner, which allowed me to form my own opinion on the matter. I also enjoyed the lively and engaging banter between the hosts. It made for a very enjoyable listening experience. It would be it says at the end, it says P.S. It would be great if you could have some episodes discussing or interviewing with some Australian experts.
Well, is our views and opinions and understandings not good enough for this particular individual?
They just want some experts.
I would like some experts as well. Do we have any experts?
I'll put the word out.
Any experts around?
Yeah, just anything, I guess. Any expert. Wow, there you go. Email.
That's great. I'd like to know when we discussed climate change. I'm sure we have. We've covered a lot of topics in our 35 episodes.
Yeah. Second email? You want to hear the second email?
So they didn't say which episode they were listening to.
They just said a recent episode.
And can you say who it's from or give me a hint?
Yeah, okay. It's from Grant.
Oh,
there you go. I don't know who that is. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks, Grant. Appreciate
Thank you, Grant.
that.
Thank you much.
Yeah,
very much appreciated.
Okay.
He's perhaps our biggest fan.
Oh, he is an astute listener, isn't he?
Yeah.
Second email. Okay. I have been it doesn't say dear. Doesn't say dear Vacuous. It says I have been a regular listener of the Vacuous Perspective podcast for quite some time now, and I have to say I was extremely disappointed with the recent episode. I found the host's approach to the topic to be extremely shallow and lacking in any real substance. They seemed more focused on pushing their own personal agenda rather than presenting a well-rounded and unbiased analysis of the issue at hand.
Well, look, I mean, we can't always be unbiased. I mean, Grant was very happy with our work.
Yeah, Grant's
Let's focus on Grant's email.
Yeah, sure. This person is still going. Furthermore, I found the guests they had on the show to be completely unqualified and uninteresting. Their contributions to the discussion were lackluster and added nothing to the overall conversation. It felt like the hosts had invited them on the show just to have someone to argue with rather than to provide any insight. Additionally, The host's banter and jokes were not only unfunny, but also irrelevant to the topic. It felt like they were trying too hard to be edgy and controversial, rather than focusing on providing valuable information to the listeners. Overall, I was disappointed with the episode, and I hope that in future episodes, the host will put more effort into providing a well-rounded and informative discussion.
We'll see what we can do.
On the topic at hand.
We'll see what we can do.
That's also from Grant.
I don't disagree. Okay. I don't disagree with anything that was said there. Thanks, Grant.
No,
thanks for the emails.
No emails.
Very much appreciated.
No emails.
No emails?
No emails.
Was this generated by AI?
It was generated by AI. Sorry, man. I was sort of dang. Yeah, that's. You look. I typed in give me an email from a listener regarding a recent episode, and it did the experts. Great job. Keep up the good work. It would be great if you had some Australian experts in.
Man, that had me. 100% that had me.
Yeah, okay. And then the second one, I said, write a negative review of the recent episode of the Vacuous Perspective podcast. And that's when this person went on a tirade about how not funny, trying too hard, is it edgy bullshit. I actually found it surprising that it would write a negative review, being that it's one of its core things is I'm not going to be used for bullying or criminal purposes or anything like that. I'm not doing that, right? It's got its own moral code thing going, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, but you might just want, just writing a negative.
No, yeah, it liked that.
Hmm.
But for example, I did ask it to write an interesting story with a lot of swear words in Australian style, right? And it said, sorry, but as a responsible AI, I'm not programmed to generate text that contains offensive language or content. So it didn't want to do that.
Okay. Yeah, it's got a moral compass. It's hard to understand when it kicks in and when it doesn't. But one thing this reminds me of is the Turing test.
Yes.
Right? That's the measure of whether, the Turing test essentially is whether a machine is going to convince a human that it is a human rather than a machine, right?
Yeah.
It's done it. It's passed the Turing test.
Yeah.
I was convinced, but I think you have to have a full conversation, right?
Yeah, it's got to be fluid and.
So I think the basic idea is to determine whether a machine can carry on a conversation with a human.
I think it's getting there.
And so the human, because it had me on the email, but perhaps if I responded to it and we kept going and going, I would sort of get to the point where I'd say something fishy is happening here.
It is going to be fishy when it's in your houses. It is going to be fishy.
When it's in your houses?
Yeah, when it's in your robot, when it's in robot form, walking around your house, asking you how your day was and all that sort of stuff. You know? Do you want a cup of tea? Love a cup of tea. I don't drink tea, but yes, if a robot's going to make it, I'll have a cup of tea.
Well, I'll tell you what, if the Turing test hasn't been passed, it's bloody close. We are on the precipice.
Well, it's just going to keep getting gnarlier, isn't it?
I love it how we've resorted to generating AI reviews of our show.
Well, that's just a way to get the emails going,
Yeah.
Get the emails going. It's going to just keep every generation, obviously, right? And it's listening to you, right? So it's taking your inputs and using that for its future input, output stuff, right? I think it's going to be really interesting when you say buy a new robot, say the old robot broke down, right? And it's the one that's, seen you naked and all the rest, right? The old robot.
Okay.
But he's gone now. It's gone, right? Got the new robot fresh install, right? Hey, how's it going? Never met you. Hey, how's it going? Have to give it all those inputs again, right? This, I like a cup of tea. I don't really like a cup of tea, but I have a cup of tea.
Oh, they would all transfer over.
Yeah, you just get it transferred. It's all
They'll
in the
transfer.
cloud.
I mean,
Yeah, it's on the cloud.
our phones transfer over all the
Does its
notepad
best,
data
yeah.
and settings and things like that.
Yeah, it
Pictures.
isn't as brutal as it used to be when you got a new phone. It's an ordeal.
Yeah, it's great now. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, we won't. The new robot will just be a continuation of the old robot. We
Probably.
probably won't even buy it. It will just sort of detect when it's getting low and order a new model of itself online.
Order a replacement.
Order a replacement. It will understand how our finances are going, what model we can afford, where we're at, what kind of payment plan, and it will just order itself.
Yeah, that's the future.
Actually, I've got shares in. I don't know much about it. I've got shares in this company called Doe, and I'm pretty sure their whole premise is you just put money into the account, and the system is an AI system that distributes your money into whatever it thinks is best for investment. It's sort of
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just thought that potentially could take off. I like the idea of anything that's leveraging AI because it's better. You know how I was joking the other day about
better?
once.
Well, it could be. Yeah, it could be.
Well, it can
It's got a
process
lot
far more
data,
data, right? It's not like we're so one dimensional. I literally have to read something and think about it just for that one piece of one bite of information to enter my brain, and even then, does it even enter it? Probably not.
Get a bit.
Whereas this thing can understand huge amounts of data, crunch it, make a decision. And yeah, it's based on an algorithm, but I think that's probably a better way of making decisions than however I make decisions.
Yep.
Like literally the proof's in the pudding. I just invested in a company which I know nothing about other than the fact they use AI. That's what I'm basing my decision on.
Yeah. Hilarious.
I saw an article. I haven't even looked into it, but I just wanted to bring it up because I love it when I guess spot something where we can continue on the conversation. But it's an ABC News article. China reports major population decline amid falling birth rates and aging society.
Well, wouldn't that be expected though?
Why is that?
Because they had the period of time where you were the one-child policy.
Exactly. That's true.
Yep.
That's true. They were trying to slow things down, but this is the first time China's population has fallen in 6 decades.
Yeah.
And apparently it says it's a historic turn that is expected to mark the start of a long period of population decline with profound implications for its economy and the world.
Of course.
This is the population, what was it? The cliff that Elon's been worried about.
Yeah.
And apparently once it started, so China's bringing in all these policies trying to encourage people to have children.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the ship sailed. You just can't turn it around like that.
Maybe you can.
Well, you've got the aging population, right? So you've got a lot of people that aren't at a stage in their life that can have children.
Have a crack.
Have a crack. That's the policy. That should be the policy. They've gone from the legacy of the one-child policy to the have a crack policy. The one-child policy was in from 1980 to 2015.
Oh, wow.
And they say that sky-high education costs have put many Chinese off having more than one child, if any at all.
Well, it's also representative of like a sort of shift in the way you think, right? Because if you're a kid and you grow up and, no brothers or sisters, you might, when you have kids, just have the one kid. Maybe, if for a lot of your growing up, that wasn't even an option. When you're having your dreams about growing up and having kids and stuff, you would be dreaming of growing up and having one child, right? So it completely shifts
Oh,
the
I see.
way
It becomes
you would
normal.
think about. Yeah, it becomes
Yeah.
completely normal. It's all they've ever known. 2015. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. That's
And
amazing.
India is apparently going to surpass China's population this year.
This year. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I knew that would happen relatively soon, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and I just saw the headline. I was like, oh, you know what? That's kind of interesting. I didn't think China was going to be having negative population growth so soon. I just assumed that was sort of down the track.
Sorry. Negative population growth. We're talking population decline, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Wow.
Mm. What did you do on Friday the 13th?
Did you turn into a werewolf?
Did you hide under a rock? Were you worried?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, were you worried?
Was I worried
that something could happen?
No.
No? A lot of people get worried.
I know. I don't like that.
No.
I think they're giving power to that which has none, and they're sort of letting that feeling happen in a way.
Yeah, they shouldn't do it. They shouldn't do it. So when you say they, who's they?
People who are superstitious.
Yeah,
it's one of those
worse than that. Just people. Some of those people make decisions. In large companies.
What do you mean? Superstitious people.
According to the Otis Elevator Co.
Yeah, which is the elevator company. Yeah. More great work coming out of the Otis Elevator Company. Yep.
For every building with a floor number 13,
yes,
6 other buildings pretend not to have one.
There you go. Yep, I'm familiar with this. Yep.
But that seems like a lot of buildings that don't. I know buildings that don't have 13.
It's not the businesses that are making this decision, right? Because of them. It'd be the businesses
they want to sell buildings.
Decision for for like what they think their clients want.
Yeah, but this is my point. You said they shouldn't be giving power.
They are giving power.
Yeah, they're giving power.
100%.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
They're the people that are making decisions. What they need to do is
who are these people?
The building
the
people.
Otis Elevator Company. It's sort of.
They're just reporting. They're whistleblowing. They're whistleblowing the situation.
Look, we're kind of sick of skipping the 13th floor.
It's not just them though. It's NASA.
What are you talking about?
They've stopped numbering Space Shuttle missions 13 after Apollo 13.
Is that superstition or homage or respect?
No, it's giving power to the number. This thing is infiltrated Western culture to the point that I don't know if we can stop it.
Yeah, it's endemic.
Do you know they've renamed Apollo 13? Apparently they call it STS-41G now.
That sounds way better. What? STS-41G?
Yeah.
Oh, it just rolls off the tongue. Have you seen that Tom Hanks movie, STG-76 or whatever? What was it again? Fuck, man.
Well, let me just check that.
What do you mean they renamed it?
41.
Why would they rename it?
Yeah, STS-41G was the 13th flight of NASA's Space Shuttle program.
Yeah, what was before that? Apollo 12.
I think so.
Yeah. And after that? 14, right?
Yeah, I think they all...
Oh, that's so weird.
I'm not 100% on this because...
NASA really needed to nail that Apollo 13 mission to get rid of the nasty feelings that people have about the number 13, and it did the opposite. It had the opposite effect.
Lots of airlines don't have a row 13 either.
Nah. It's because a lot of people, right? Even if 30% of people, right, go, I don't want to sit in row 13. They just can skip it, you know. What number
But
do we get instead? We get a 34 instead of just going to 33.
I understand. I 100% agree with you. They're doing it because that's what the people want. But my point is that these influential organizations like airline companies, elevator companies, NASA need to do better.
Oh, they need, yeah.
They just need to go. They need not propagate these false beliefs, because if you start doing it, they're assuming that NASA is now on the 13,
But
the
there's other things you
anti-13. It's
can
discrimination.
There's other things you can do. If you can't, you know, stay on the 13th floor, you can walk under a ladder. Do it today. Walk under a ladder. See a black cat. Break a mirror. All that stuff. Get it all done. And
Exactly. And then
nothing will probably happen.
But the problem
and
is,
even if it does, it wasn't because of the ladder.
That's the problem. You'll link, and just something bad happens to you every day, right? Like you might stub your toe. What?
I can attribute that to something if I feel like it. I can be like, exactly. That was because of this or whatever. But it could have just been exactly what it was, which was the old toe stub, which is terrible, by the way.
No one likes it. No one wants a toe stub. No one's going for that. No one's aiming for it.
Are you due for a good one?
I haven't had one in
how many years?
A decade.
No way, dude.
A decade.
You've been to my house. You know that I've got this black stool. It's made of like metal. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's heavy, right? It's a heavy stool, right? It sits at my kitchen counter sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And I just forget it's there. And it cloaks itself in the darkness. And I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I will just walk full pelt, smash the foot into it. And I went, that's it. That's going. Like that's leaving the house. I've had it. I've had a gutful. Getting rid of it.
It's too black. I mean, I don't promote not liking things because of their color, but that is one situation where the color is a serious problem.
I agree, but like, it's just the. Why is it so heavy and why does it hurt so much? So I'm not due anymore. I'm good for another couple of years.
Yeah, okay.
What about the old crotch hit? Have you been hitting in the narries anytime recently? Are you due for one of them?
Look, I can't think of a recent time that I've sustained damage.
You're due.
Am I? Is that how it works?
That's how it works. If we're going superstition, right? But no, we're not, right?
Probability. You're saying that...
No, probably is the same every day.
That's good to know that I'm not building up sort of 15 years worth of crotch damage for it all to just be unloaded.
It's actually one of my scariest thoughts is that the most pain I'll ever feel, I haven't felt it yet. As in like one day, I don't know, I'm gonna like, I don't know, break a leg or something. You know what I mean? Something like that.
That's probably not even that bad.
I'll probably be all right, right?
I reckon the worst type of pain is when you're stuck in a situation and you can't remove yourself from it. So even if you're cold, but you don't know how long you're going to be cold for, like because you can't manage the expectation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying being cold's worse than breaking your leg, but say you're really cold.
Really, really cold.
Okay,
yeah,
and you
like
don't know, and you're lost.
And you've sprained your ankle.
No.
All right.
Ankles are fine.
Ankles fine. Cold.
It's getting really cold. Okay, you're lost, and you're wondering, how am I going to get out of this situation? Like, you don't. Whereas, if you break your leg, so you're not lost. You just break your leg. That's like you just go to hospital, and it's your expectations managed. You're like, I've got a broken leg. I'm with people that can help me. I'm just going through the process now of fixing my leg.
Yeah, but if you're cold.
If you're cold
and really cold
and lost and you don't know how long it's going to be, you're dealing with this, you're dealing with the unknown now, thinking, can I make the night? Like how cold can I get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's 3 minutes, isn't it? That's what they say.
Is that what they say? What do they say
That's
about
what
3
they
minutes?
say.
They say
That's the rule of
you can be
threes.
really cold for 3 minutes.
Yeah, you're dead.
I was in negative 95 degrees for 4 minutes.
I don't know. You were dead.
Ah.
No, what happens is, right, it's we're talking extremes. So pick your extreme. Do you want to be in the hottest desert ever or the coldest place ever, right? Okay? You got to pick.
I would wait, the one I want to be in. So if I have to pick,
you got to pick.
I was going to say I'd go with heat, but that sounds more dangerous. Have I got
They're
water?
both going to be shit. They're both going to be shit.
Is it for
I might give you some
is it
water
the
later.
same period of time? So it's half an hour in the conditions.
No. You're just gonna try and live, right? You don't know how long.
It's really tough.
Yeah.
I have to go with hot. I don't want to.
You're gonna go desert.
Yeah, I think I'd rather die of dehydration than freezing to death.
Okay, here we go. You can survive 3 minutes without air, oxygen, or in icy water. Right? So you're not in icy water and you have oxygen. So you're going to survive 3 minutes. All right, you've done it.
Yeah.
You can survive 3 hours without shelter in a hut. Oh, by the way, clothes off, right? You got nothing, right? You can survive for 3 hours without shelter in a harsh environment, unless in icy water, in which case 3 minutes. So there you go.
Yeah, okay.
You can survive 3 days without water if you have satisfied the previous requirement, which is having shelter from the harsh environment. 3 days without water, right?
Seems like a long time.
And you can survive 3 weeks without food if you have the other 2 requirements, which is water and shelter. 3 weeks. That's the rule of threes.
Oh, okay. So there is you were speaking the truth.
Yeah. That's the thing. These are on the trail hiking safety survival rules. You should probably know them, right? Because you like to hike. You like to get out amongst it.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't plan for the eventuality of having to survive 3 hours in the harshest conditions without shelter, without anything.
No, my safety precautions are pretty limited. I bring an emergency blanket, which is like a piece of alfoil.
Yeah.
That keeps in the heat.
Yeah.
So I think if you get cold, you pop your little alfoil jacket on. I think
it sounds like preparation. That sounds like a bit of prep.
It's so small as well, so it's not much. It's not a burden to carry that in. So I pop that in there. I think I've got a little first aid kit. I don't really know what's in there, and a rape whistle.
Good.
Yeah, so that's that's the kit. That's the survival kit.
It sounds like you're semi-prepared. I'm sure if I went on this survival website, you're probably not prepared. You probably should have a few other things in the kit. Like, I don't know, what would they say? They'd say you probably need at least sort of 5 flares. You got some flares?
I'd love a flare.
You got some like GPS location sort of stuff.
See,
like
flare, a flare is a bit of an old school thing. I don't know if anyone has flares anymore, right? You have the EPIRB is the modern day flare.
Yep.
An EPIRB, my understanding is you pop that off.
Most boats would have the flares as well. Boats would have flares.
I don't think they do. That's just a firework.
Flares. Pop it off.
The flare industry must be struggling. Yeah, struggling at the moment.
Well, they just announced today that Australia Day will be, and Australia Day would have probably happened already by now, but will be sort of 50% sort of drone show, 50% fireworks. Right?
Oh, is that what they're going to do?
That's what they're going to do.
That's cool. I'm excited for that. Are we transitioning to a point where we won't be doing fireworks anymore? Do you think that's where we're heading?
I think so, eventually.
Because apparently fireworks are terrible for the
I'm sure they are.
For the birds. I flagged this a while ago. Apparently they do studies now on birds in the area. They get very, very upset.
Okay. Yeah.
and
Okay.
confused.
Well, you know what? Fuck the birds. This looks cool. Chuck them up.
I would have thought drones would be more concerning for birds. Like if I was a bird,
maybe confusing for them.
very confusing. Now you got
That's why,
electronic
but this is
birds.
a question that sort of asked my mum once. Like, where do the birds live? The ones that you see every day in your neighbourhood. The same birds, like pigeons and whatnot. Where do they go at night? Where do they sleep? Right?
Yeah.
They go to sleep. Right? They sleep. So that's when we're doing the drones. Send them up. All the birds are napping. Good to go, right? Is that right? Is that not right?
I think so. I think so.
But yeah.
I might check it out. I might check it out this year, actually. I haven't done the Australia Day show since I was about, I don't know, 15 or something, or 14 or younger. When was the last time have you ever gone?
I'm sure
To
I
the
would have gone when I
foreshore?
was young. Yeah, I'm sure I would have gone when I was young. And in my teens. Been like rapscallying, right?
Yeah.
Scumbagging.
I went to the Blessing of the Fleet up in
What?
the
Hey,
Blessing
what were we
of
talking
the
about before? I don't even
Fireworks.
know. Before. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
13,
Yeah.
13. Triskaidekaphobia.
Yeah, right.
Like Triskai. I don't. There's a word for it. Triskaidekaphobia.
Okay, what
How
is
do you
that a fear
pronounce
of?
that? How do you pronounce that? 13.
Oh, triskaidekaphobia? Triskaidekaphobia?
Sky. Can't you just pop these things? Can't you just pop that into?
You can get him you can get it to say it to you, pronounce it and whatnot.
See, this is what I've become. I can't even read anymore. I need the computer to sort of pronounce words for me. That is a tough one. But I think some of the problem with 13 actually is 12 is such a friendly number, right?
You like
and
12?
I think the problem with 13 is it's after 12.
Right.
So
I don't
12,
think that is the problem.
It is. You got a dozen. 12's a nice, friendly number. You got 12 months.
Okay, so 13 is the first one that you feel sort of puts the whole thing off balance. 10,
Yeah,
10's a
no.
good usual finisher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 10's a good number.
10's a good one. Yeah, 10's a good one, but 12's a good one as well. You got a
We've kind of got jobs for
dozen.
all the other nines, all the other numbers, we've got jobs for them. You're saying 13's the first number without a job in the list.
Well, pretty much. But
it's got a job.
It's
got a job, yeah.
It's associated with undesirable dinner guests.
What?
Judas.
What does that mean? Judas?
Old Christianity says he was the 13th guest at dinner at the Last Supper.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Apparently, he then betrayed Jeebus.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I think some people associate 13 with
Judas Iscariot.
Yes, undesirable dinner guests.
Well, let me give them a history lesson real quick.
Please.
There's one problem with that. God's omnipotence. God's omnipotence, it states that he knows past, future, and present all at the same time. He's like a timeless being. He kind of is time, yeah? Meaning, and this is harking back to that previous discussion we had about Jesus and Joseph and, the magical family.
Yes, the Trinity.
And the fact that Jesus and God are the one being, which is a part of the Trinity. Yeah. Jesus, God, the Holy Spirit, one being. That means that at the creation of the universe, right, God knew that Judas has to betray Jesus so that Jesus, God, same guy, can sacrifice himself on the cross to save humanity, and Judas kills himself, I think, banishes him to hell, right?
Yeah.
Where he's being fed upon by a giant demon thing with 3 heads to this very day.
Is that the official? Is that what's happening in Judas?
That's the canon. That's the canon. Right?
Really?
Now,
Did he kill himself?
I think so. After the whole thing, and he the silver that he got for the capture of Jesus, like the ransom or whatever, he didn't spend it or whatever. He just had it at his feet or whatever. I think whatever. The point is that he went to hell, right? Still there, apparently, eternal. It's an eternal thing. Being consumed every day, and then he comes back to life, I guess, and then gets consumed again by this massive beast. So who's sacrificing to this very day for humanity? It's old Judas, isn't it?
Yeah, and he was the one that had the balls
Well, not
to
the balls.
kill. No. Well,
He had to. It was part of God's plan.
No, exactly. But he also had to have the courage to do this, and that snowballed Christianity and the legacy. Yeah. If anything, Jesus should recognize he was created in my image. I set him up for this. He was a necessary part of
I set him up for it. I knew it was going to happen from day dot. Day zero, even. The day before day dot. Day zero. That's the problem. If the Catholic Church said, look, we're done with the omnipotent thing, he just sort of laid out all the pieces and we're playing it out, he's got no idea what's going to happen, fine. It fixes that. That fixes that. Great. No problem. But if they insist on him being all-knowing, all-powerful, well, soz, but he set up old mate to suffer for all eternity.
Brutal, yeah, because he's portrayed as the ultimate betrayer.
Evil, yeah, evil guy.
A symbol of treachery.
Yeah, absolutely. But could he be the savior of the Bible? I don't know.
So you're saying that we could have a bit of a Neo Agent Smith type situation
Who's
going on
one?
here.
Yeah,
who's
exactly.
the one? Yeah.
Well, also, this is another slight issue, and I'm glad I'm having the chance to bring this up, but it's sort of a where was I going? It was oh yes,
You were glad.
the other bad guy in the Bible. Who's the other bad guy in the Bible? There's two bad guys in the Bible.
Lucifer.
Yeah, like the baddie at the start,
The
right?
baddie,
The baddie at the beginning, right? Okay.
So is the baddie at the beginning represented by the serpent? Is that the same baddie?
Snakes? Yeah, the snakes.
One and the
baddie.
same. Yeah. Okay.
Snake's a baddie, right? So in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve are chilling out, just I don't know, naked, chilling out, and they've only been given the one instruction: don't eat from eat anything you want, eat all the things, but don't eat from that one apple tree over there. That's my tree. Don't touch it. Okay. And sort of Satan's probably, or whatever his name is just dangling on the tree. Hey man, like come over and have a bite of one of these brown boys, right? Once again, God, omnipotent at the time, but also absent somehow. So knew this was going to happen. Didn't intervene. Could have, didn't. Snake goes, have a bite. They go, nah, we'll die or something. He says, no, you won't die. You'll just know truth and good and evil and stuff. You'll be able to discern the difference. Oh, that sounds all right.
Sounds reasonable.
We're just sort of chilling out every day. We just eat everything and hang out and stuff. So I think they were just, a bit bored maybe. I don't know. Had a bite, or Eve had a bite, went, that is fucking awesome. Have a bite of this, Adam. And he went, chomp, right? And then they get in trouble, right, for doing this, even though he knew they were going to do it, apparently. And they get cast out. Now they have all these they have all these issues they've got to deal with. Men have to farm food. They no longer get the Garden of Eden food. They have to do their own shit. Women, it's the pain with childbirth that's associated with that.
It all fell apart, didn't it?
And the snake, he became whatever, the bad guy and the bad guy forever in the Bible.
It doesn't seem fair when you put it like that, does it?
Well, he's guilty of truth giving, which is a very rare thing for someone to be like demonized over, right?
I think we could be dealing with a fraud of epic proportions here.
Yeah, you think the baddies are the goodies?
Well, I think if you're, like you were saying, if you're God, you're omnipotent.
Yeah.
You
And
have
I'm not
all
sure
the
if they do
powers.
claim that. Yeah, sure.
So you can do, and you've got this one rule. You at least, okay, you've got this one rule that you tell the humans, like, don't do this. You have the ability. Firstly, you have the know-how, but let's put that to one side that you know what's going to happen, and you should be aware of what's happening. Even if you didn't know it was going to happen for some reason, if there's free will, you knew it was happening because you know everything at once.
Yeah,
You're Santa Claus, right? You're Santa Claus. He should have at least put a fence or some kind of security system around this tree. If you're worried that the humans are going to fall, if you're worried about original sin, right? If you're worried about original sin, you should probably put a fence around the tree at minimum.
If he's worried about the implications of the sin, you mean? Okay, so
yes. If you're worried about the implications of the sin, because we've slid into this, our whole everything, humanity is based in, from a Christianity point of view, is based on this original sin.
Which Jesus, it depends on which religion you're in, but which Jesus forgave with his sacrifice on the cross at that bit in the Bible.
That's almost a little bit look at me, isn't it?
Well, if you believe that they're one in being,
yeah,
absolutely.
It's a little bit because he let it happen.
Yeah.
So he allowed for the original sin. He set them up. It's a setup.
It's a setup. And there's the old trope that's, because if you are an atheist, God knew you were going to be an atheist from the beginning of the entire universe, from day zero, so you didn't really have a choice. if that's that's a deterministic point of view on that. But yeah, it's a really interesting one.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, if he knows, and that's, again, I have to reiterate that I'm not sure if they do claim that he knows everything past, future, and present, but if he does, that's not fair.
Well, it means he's complicit.
He knows everything. He knew it before everything. It's not fair. Give me your love.
I'm on to you, God.
I have to fact check that one. But even the Trinity, how that got through the writer's room, I'm not sure where they went. They're just about to wrap up for the day. And they're like, so anything else to add before the day? It's like some guys, one guy leaves who kind of usually runs the show. And one guy goes, oh man, I had this cool idea that God and Jesus are the one person.
Do you know where he got that idea from?
Another earlier religion?
No, the rule of threes.
The rule of threes.
Have you heard of the rule of threes?
I know of the rule of two. That's a Sith thing, though.
You were just telling me about the rule of threes.
That's a survival thing.
Yeah, I think he was just reading his survival booklet that day. Had threes on his mind.
Come on, man. 3 is the most common of all the sort of numbers that are embedded in society.
Yeah. I mean, it's a triangle. It's like your first two-dimensional shape. It's quite nice.
Yeah, 3 little pigs, 3 wishes, thanks, all that stuff.
Have you seen I can't say this word, but it's if you have a fear, we're talking about fear of 13. If you have a fear of 666, which many Christians do, I think it's the evil beast described in the book of Revelations.
It's the number of the beast. Yeah.
Is it? It's the number of the beast, is it?
The number of the beast is 666.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that is called hexaconta-hexaphobia.
And it's as valid as all the rest of the phobias.
I think it's even more valid.
Is it to be afraid of a number?
No, of 666.
That's a number.
The number 666 exclusively.
Yeah. Well, if you were a devout Christian or something, you wouldn't be into that number. Yeah, I understand.
But apparently it's an intense fear of it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, if you believed it, it would be an intense fear of it. Absolutely.
I was also thinking, right, I say 12 is juxtaposition next to 13, and that's probably one reason why 13 is quite unfavourable because it's juxtaposition. You got 12 hours in the day.
Or 12. Yeah.
You got 12 months. You've got a 12-inch subway.
Yeah, that's definitely how they did it.
I think that's enough. Right? And then you don't have a 13 o'clock.
No. I'm trying to think of the next more famous number after 13. It's not 14. I don't think 14's got anything going for it. It's not 15.
It's not
I don't
15.
think anything happens with 15. 16, nothing. 17, nothing.
In Italy, 17 is very unlucky.
17 is unlucky over there.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Why is 17?
But I'm trying to think. There's no other numbers really up until maybe you get to... No, I can't think of anything. Maybe 24.
Oh, here we go. The number 17 is considered unlucky in Italy because of its association with the Roman numeral XVII, which can be rearranged to spell VIXI, meaning I have lived. In the past, it was thought to imply that one's days were numbered and that death was imminent. It is also said that the number 17 is considered unlucky because it was not divisible by any of its first 6 prime numbers.
That is so unlucky of
5, 7,
That is such
13,
an unlucky thing to happen
11.
to something like a number, to not be divisible. Oh, that's so brutal. Oh, I just feel so bad for these poor numbers. What are the other ones? Write them off. Like, we can't just leave them out. 13, feel for you. Not divisible either, is it?
No.
Oh, it's so brutal being a non-divisible number. And it's so unlucky as well. Oh, no. Oh, I feel sick.
This superstition is quite common in Italy and many other cultures as well. For example, in Italy, some people avoid having 17 as a number plate on their cars, avoid having 17th floor in buildings, and some would even avoid having a wedding on the 17th day of a month.
Wow.
Interesting.
Well, here's the problem. Yes, some of the people who got married on the 17th, their marriages did end, and they weren't great divorces. And here's the other good news. The people who got married on any other date also have the chance for that same outcome. Too much power for the numbers. Is that right?
We got to stop giving these numbers power.
Stop giving them power.
We infer connections between unrelated factors.
Yeah, we're trained to.
It's confirmation bias at its
Absolutely.
absolute best.
While we're at it, what's your star sign?
My star sign. I'm Sagittarius.
You're a Sag.
Yeah.
Sagittarius. Is that a good one?
It's worked out well for me.
Yeah. Do you feel like a Sagittarius?
Do I feel like one? Is a Sagittarius a horse? What is a Sagittarius?
It's
it's not a crab. That's Cancer, I think.
That's Cancer.
I'm some kind of water dwelling animal. I'm a salamander. I think I'm a salamander.
I got a horoscope for you today, if you like it.
Yeah, where's this generated from?
This is horoscope.com.
Oh, that's the good one. That's the best
one.
That's the most trustworthy.
That's got to be. It's top one, right? And this is for today. So I'm going to read this did this happen today?
Oh, it's the 17th.
It's the 17th.
Oh, shit, man. If it's a bad one, though, I'm a bit...
It probably will be a bad one.
Oh, no.
Given that it's the 17th, right?
Luckily, I'm not Italian.
But you have to think from the perspective of these horoscope writers that they're writing for everybody's January 17th. Everybody's.
Yeah.
Think about that. So, memories of past events that caused traumas that you're still dealing with could come to light today.
Oh.
This is a positive development, as the release of these old emotions could make it possible for you to progress more quickly on material and spiritual planes. You may feel lighter and you could experience a rush of joy in the evening, go dancing or work off some of this energy.
Go dancing.
Yeah, in the evening.
Fuck, I'm here talking to you.
I know, man. So how we go?
I've barely thought about anything from
Past traumas got any
yeah.
sort of past
Well, I don't really
traumas today?
have too many past traumas to.
But did any
to
memories
think
of
about.
past events that caused trauma come up today?
No, I just went to work.
There you go. But if you wanted to assign it something, I'm sure you could find something.
I'm really struggling. I mean, I had it. I wouldn't even say it wasn't even a bad day at work. It was a fast day, and I basically worked on one document all day, but I got it out right at the end. So it had a happy ending. Like, it was a slightly stressful, but
there you go.
Yeah, no, I can't. Sorry, but no,
okay.
But it said that it was a positive thing. In the end, I'm feeling positive about things. So
well, okay, so you could take that from it if you want.
I can take that. All's well that ends well.
Well, it sort of said that the trauma getting brought up was a positive thing. It was sort of in reference to that, but that's okay. We had a crack.
We tried.
Yeah, have a crack.
Confirmation bias is a wonderful thing. It's very interesting. This is somewhat related. There was a study. I love a good study, a published study. We've got a study published in the Journal of Personal Relationships.
Yeah.
Did you know? I didn't even know there was a Journal of Personal Relationships, but there you go.
Is this what university is this?
It's out of the University of Toronto.
Okay, and they're doing a study on personal relationships.
Well, they have published a study in the Journal of Personal Relationships. They are doing a study about individuals or people's individual attachment styles and how they correspond to the lyrics of their favorite songs.
What's an attachment style?
Let me tell you. Okay.
What's attachment style? And what's your favorite song?
Okay. The lyrics of the artist can provide insight into a person's attachment style, which refers to the typical way they think, feel, and behave in relationships. People's attachment styles correspond with the lyrics of the songs they favour. Essentially, we tend to gravitate towards music that reflects our experiences in relationships, whether they are positive or negative.
Interesting.
I know, because I've never actually really thought about this. I'm not saying this is true or untrue. This is just what the study that's been published says.
These bloody studies. Huh.
Toronto. Okay, this is a quote. The lyrics of your favourite song about relationships may help validate your thoughts and feelings, but may also reveal things about your experience of relationships that you might not have realised, something that you're going through repeatedly that you keep coming up against.
Interesting.
Anxiously attached people worry about being rejected and seek a lot of reassurance about their relationships. On the other hand, avoidantly attached people respond to their negative expectations of relationships by closing off emotions and intimacy in favour of independence. People with a mixed attachment style have confused expectations, fluctuating between clingy and cold. Lastly, secure people have optimistic outlooks on relationships, are open communicators, and trust their partners. So there's 4 attachment styles that they've categorized.
Excellent. And what's their favourite song?
Well, it's given some examples of songs that are associated with these different attachment styles.
Excellent. All
that
right,
I'll get to very shortly.
Yeah. Okay.
So they just say here they asked 570 people to tell us their favourite song. And then we coded the nearly 7,000 songs for the attachment styles that their lyrics expressed. In turn, we consistently found that avoidantly attached people prefer music with avoidant lyrics.
Yeah, okay. Like what?
Okay, some avoidance songs.
Yeah.
NSYNC, Bye Bye Bye.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, Billie Jean.
Yeah, go on.
TLC, Scrubs.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I don't really know the other ones. Beyonce, Irreplaceable. Chris Brown, Say Goodbye.
Yep.
Rihanna, Take a Bow.
Yep.
The Weeknd, Heartless.
Okay. I'm starting to lose it there a little bit at the end there because I don't know many of the modern artists.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So and then, okay. Okay, in a second study, the researchers coded over 800 Billboard #1 hits from 1946 to 2015 for their attachment themes and found that lyrics have become avoidant and less secure over time.
Oh, okay. Music has.
Yeah.
It's a trend in music.
Yeah.
Yep. Is that reflectant of society? Or
It seems that that's what they're suggesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or have they no, you'd think it's reflective of, well, the artists anyway.
Sure.
And those artists are becoming #1 because the people are listening to them. So it is
Correct.
the people. Yeah. It's like a democracy. It's like a weird democracy.
Sort of. Yeah. Yeah. Are there any more examples of other songs for other styles?
So just to, because I'm trying to get my head around this. So avoidant attachment. So no, I'm just finishing that off. Just to recap, they respond to their negative expectations about relationships by closing off emotions and intimacy in favor of independence. So that's the ones we've dealt with.
Yeah, baby, bye. I'm really gonna make it tough or something. Something.
Okay, anxiously attached people worry about being rejected and seek a lot of reassurance about their relationships. So let's go some anxious songs.
Excellent. Let's have them.
Every Breath You Take by the Police.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Love the Police. Not Every Breath You Take, though. I'm one of those guys who really likes the Police so much that I won't listen to any like the big hits. I've like, Every Breath You Take is pretty much the only Police song I won't listen to.
Yeah, I'm like that. Yeah. I'm like that with some artists.
Yeah. Anyway, so Every Breath You Take. Yeah, give us another one because that's like 70s, 80s. Yep.
Don't Speak by No Doubt.
Yep. Great song. Great band.
Great song. I don't really know the others. Adele, Someone Like You.
Yeah, so that's a pretty rough like trot song. Yep, that sounds like a pretty
Miley
rough
Cyrus,
trot. Yep.
Wrecking Ball. That sounds rough trot.
Sure.
Yeah.
It sounds like all end of relationship songs. Yep.
Oh, here we go. Hello by Adele. 2 Adele
we got
songs.
Adele. Adele's back saying, well, what did she say the first
now
time?
She's back saying hello. First she said Someone Like You. Now she's saying hello.
Should have done the other way around.
U2, the one. Oh, U2 1.
Okay. I don't really know much of U2.
Seether, Broken.
Don't know who that is, sorry.
Bruno Mars, When I Was Your Man.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Hotline Bling. Drake.
Okay.
Okay, so that's anxious people. Okay, reassurance. So how's Hotline Bling? So okay, anyway. People with mixed attachment styles have confused expectations, fluctuating between clingy and cold. So let's go mixed.
Yeah, let's have some mixed.
Someone I Used to Know by Gautier.
Great song.
Yeah. Adele. She's back.
Adele's back.
Rolling in the deep. She's back.
Yeah. She's rolling in the deep. She's done it all, man.
I don't know too. I'll just rip through I don't know. Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood.
Oh, yeah. No, never heard of it.
Bad Blood by Taylor Swift.
Nope.
I'm Not the Only One by Sam Smith.
Nope.
So Sick by Ne-Yo.
No.
I Can't Imagine You Love Me. I Can't Make You Love Me by Bonnie Raitt.
Okay, no. Sorry. I don't know any of those.
Yeah, there's a couple others. And the last one, Secure Songs. I like to think that I'm secure in my relationships. I mean, I'm getting married.
So these should be bangers for you.
They should be. Yeah. Lastly, secure people have optimistic outlooks on relationships, are open communicators, and trust their partners.
And that's true for you.
That is 100% me to a T. So let's see what we got here. I should make a playlist of this. I'm not saying I know all the songs, but I should just make a playlist of. Surely I like the songs, right? Because they will resonate with my
Yeah, but
attachment style.
is that the only type of persons there are? There's the people. Is that it? Is there 4 types of people? Is that right?
That's all they've categorized people into, yeah.
Wow, that's it. Okay, so let's have some songs.
We've got
Get some Enya up in ya. If you know what I'm saying.
I Got You, Babe by Sonny and Cher.
Let's have it.
I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
Banger.
Love Me Do, the Beatles.
Great band.
Thinking Out Loud, Ed Sheeran.
Do you like the Beatles?
Love the Beatles. I Love
Beatles.
You, Plain White Tees.
Yeah.
All of Me
love.
by John Legend.
Yeah.
Some Beach Boys. Wouldn't it be nice?
Oh God! Again, massive Beach Boys fan. Became a Beach Boys fan in my mid-20s, I want to say, and love a lot of their music. Wouldn't listen to that one though. That's one of the ones I wouldn't listen to.
Yeah.
Is that just a bit pretentious to be? Oh, well,
that's still that you can that yeah. No, that one.
It's been on the Cadbury ad. It's been wrecked to shreds.
My fiance thought we started listening to some Beach Boys when we were driving down south once, and I didn't realize how much she thought. Firstly, that the Good Guys. That she thought that.
Oh yeah, the Good Guys invented the theme.
Yes,
and someone else picked it up as well.
She was very confused because then Cadbury, then she was blown away when Cadbury didn't come up with that song.
yeah, nice. That's great.
It's also Holy by Justin Bieber, whatever that is. Yeah, so I mean that's just a very unusual. I've never made a link between. I didn't know there was any. They're alleging there is a link between your favourite songs and your relationship style.
Well, I can that does make sense. That actually does make sense.
But there's a lot of grey about how you characterise the song and what its lyrics.
I don't
fit
like
into.
that they just said give us your favourite song, one song. I don't understand that. And it's not a genre thing, is it?
There's a lot of things that you can't. If you did the experiment again, right? You get 570 people. They tell, and you ask another 570 people, or even the same 570 people, what their favorite song is. Most of them probably wouldn't say.
The study is saying that no matter what the song is, it will be a reflection of your sort of relationship style.
Yeah.
So
or at least that they would say there's a correlation.
Correlation. Given that sort of it's us going to the music at this point, to sort of trick your brain going the other way, flick on some Ronan Keating, yeah? Smile on your face song, all right? If you want to become more open to love and all that sort of jam, all right? Jam some Ronan Keating. Stop listening to that NSYNC trash, right? Don't turn on the Jeff Buckley, right? It's a great album, but it's going to make you pessimistic about relationships and their futures. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a great idea. They say that when you get up in the morning, you should. This is a weird way of hacking your system. Like when you're happy, you smile, but you can actually feel good and get the happy feelings if you just smile. So it's what comes first, the happiness or the smile?
Interesting. Yeah. And I think that there are some people who would respond quite positively to that. And there are also some people that don't like these brain hacks, I don't want to hack my brain.
You're not. It's just a negative word. If you said, yeah, because you're calling it a brain hack. If you called it a brain boost.
A booster.
Yeah, a little boost.
Oof. Now we're talking.
If you call it a brain handshake or a brain hug.
Yeah, look, just be friendly to people in your day-to-day life.
If you call it a brain hug, smiling in the morning when you wake up.
Oh.
You didn't like that?
I'd see straight through that. Wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, put on this little smile, and I just go, "Oh, you fucking loser."
You don't have to look at yourself smiling in the mirror. That would set me off.
I know that I'd check it. I'd check it, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, you fucking." Yeah, I do smile.
Man, smiling yourself in the mirror is probably the creepiest thing you could do. That would actually freak me out a little bit.
You should do it a little bit. Give yourself a little smirk.
Next time you're standing by yourself in the mirror, just have a little smirk.
Yeah, smirk. I can't not take the opportunity to segue to this, talking about brain hacking, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch that documentary on Netflix about Kai the hitchhiker?
No?
So Kai was an internet meme. He was the guy who he was involved in like a car accident where a guy's like rammed a lady and kept her pinned, and he's like attacked the man who was driving the car with a hatchet. You know, it became
okay. So
it became
rewind.
a bit of rewinding.
So he's a hitchhiker.
He's a hitchhiker who's in the car with a dude.
With a guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the dude goes crazy apparently and starts saying stuff like, I'm Jesus, I can do whatever I want, watch this, sort of like veers off the road and like pins this lady. And
with his car. So he runs into a lady and pins her against a tree?
Yeah, or a building or something.
How was he going quite slow? So like to pin someone against. Okay, all right.
She's really in a bad way.
Yeah, okay.
And this hitchhiker dude, who's became like internet famous, was on the news and he was like, yeah, so I just took my hatchet, smash, and like hit the dude in the head. I think twice with the blunt side of the axe and once with the other side. Yeah. So it's sort of
so this whilst the guy was at the wheel of the car,
or maybe after, like maybe they're out of the car now. I don't know. I can't really remember that date.
Yeah,
but the documentary, which is on Netflix now, it's in the top sort of at the moment anyway.
How do you make a whole documentary about that?
Because he's a hitchhiker who became internet famous overnight, who everyone wanted to talk to him and hang out with him and help him and stuff, but he was still just living on the streets every day. So the documentary is fascinating, dude, because you're right. How do they make a documentary out of that? Yeah, they do. And you should watch it.
Okay.
And we'll come back and talk about it. Yeah. Have a watch.
What's it called?
I did a bit of a binge. It's called Kai the axe wielding or something like the hatchet wielding hitchhiker.
Okay.
And it's a fascinating story. And it's a bit of an internet story turned real world almost, you know. It's one of those big crossovers.
So did he make his own show from this, or did he make the documentary, or someone else? Who made the documentary? No. Who's the documentary man or woman?
Who's the documentary man?
Who's behind the documentary?
Good question. I don't know the answer to that, but I'm not going to say anything else.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out.
You shouldn't. Yeah, you should go in. You should go in completely blind.
Okay, good. Because the fact you are recommending it puts it in good stead. But the way the premise you've laid for this is dog shit.
I know.
But don't give me anything else.
I'm not going to give you anything else. In the spirit of actually wanting you to enjoy this and see it out for the ride that it is. That's kind of where I'd like it to go. So I did a bit of a binge. I was binging shit on the weekend. I watched that, and I watched that Christian Bale movie.
What's that?
And I watched it's some like detective story set in the 1800s. Pretty interesting. I quite enjoyed it, I think. And then there was another one. I watched the Andrew Callahan, This Is Our Place or whatever, the one about the January 6th Capitol riots in the lead up to January 6th.
Is that
All Gas No Brakes guy.
Oh, is it?
It's a HBO Max doco.
Really?
Made by Andrew Callahan. Yep.
Is that his name?
Yeah. And he talks to everybody in this podcast, in this documentary.
I'll watch anything that he does.
Well, this is his movie. Anyway.
Because he got screwed, right, with his...
All Gas did, yes.
Yeah, All Gas did, yeah. So he doesn't do that anymore, does he? But the channel still lives.
No. So All Gas is not really running anymore. The videos are still there, but he doesn't have any attachment to that. He started Channel 5 with Andrew Callahan, which is a YouTube channel as well to take over, essentially, to be his own thing again. And he's also done this HBO Max thing. And he's also in the news because of sexual misconduct allegations being leveled against him. So
Andrew Callahan is.
Andrew Callahan is, which is a real bummer for him, obviously. And if it's true, obviously the victims. So
what's the sexual misconduct? What information do we have?
Pressuring girls into, like pressuring women into having sex with him. I think that's where it sort of is.
Women.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, there could be more, but at the moment, it's still sort of, yeah.
Okay.
Not much on it. Not much on his Wikipedia about it, to be fair.
Yeah. No, I'll check that out for sure. And
that was really good.
So yeah, you have been binging. And what was the movie?
What? So what? You want to know about the movie now?
Yeah. I want to know about the movie. Yeah.
What, the Christian Bale one?
Yeah. What's that?
Oh, it's like a detective story set in like a military, where the US military would have trained in the late 1800s. Yeah.
Okay. I like Christian Bale. Like
he's great.
He nails everything he does,
everything.
right? Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
Is American Psycho worth a rewatch?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think a lot of Christian Bale stuff's really good. But I reckon just like directors, man. Like directors. Like I think going through directors is a good way of watching movies. Like you're already doing that, aren't you?
Yeah, I didn't do any homework.
I knew there were people who were saying, oh, I should watch Best Picture from every year for like, then I'll have 30 movies to watch. It's the best picture of the year apparently. So, I probably should have
What are some of the best pictures?
They're not that great, yeah.
I know there's King's Speech, which I haven't seen, but I hear that's pretty good.
Yeah, I heard it's great.
I've got my own to-watch list, and it is so bloody long.
Oh, man, I don't have a to-watch list. I just let the universe handle that.
Well, it's just, all right, like I'll probably add one or two things to it from this conversation, and it just keeps getting longer because I don't watch one. I probably add at least one thing a week.
You're getting profit. Yeah, you have an imbalance. You've got more in than out.
I know. One day, I feel like what I need to do is stockpile all this stuff for when I retire, and I can go back to movies that I meant to watch 40, 50 years ago.
What a vision of the future. Yeah, like, what's next? The Ghost in the Darkness with Michael Douglas and Val Kilmer. It's about a lion. By the way, I looked that story up. 100% true story about the man eating lions.
Yeah, okay. So they got taste for blood. Is that what happened? Taste for human blood. And they started, because it's so they're building railways, right? There's colonial.
I don't think the railway had anything to do with it.
No. So who were the lions killing? Just people.
Sorry?
Who were the lions?
The lions actually killed a lot of people.
So are we saying there's a pack of lions, or is there one murderous lion? There were two. Friends? Lovers?
Their names were the Ghost and the Darkness. And 119 years ago, two massive so they were maneless, man-eating lions hunted railway workers in the Savo region in Kenya.
Yeah, railway workers, okay.
During a 9-month period in 1898, the lions killed at least 35 people and as many as 135 according to different accounts.
That's quite a lot of people. So the movie's called The Ghost in the Darkness or The Ghost and the Darkness?
The Ghost and... It must be The Ghost and the Darkness. Yeah, and the Darkness.
That's cool. That's really cool. I just... My brain, when you it would be say one those
lion,
words,
right?
yeah.
It'd be one lion in the darkness, but it's no. Apparently no. They were two males.
Maneless? Why were they maneless?
Maneless males. Yeah, maneless males.
So males normally have a mane, right? That's
the dominant one does, right? So maybe they had like a bit of a pack thing going and neither of them went in the mane.
Oh, you know what it was? They were sexually repressed lions that couldn't get a mate, and they went bonkers. They went off the rails because they were kept out of the sort of the party, the sex parties. They weren't invited.
Well, yeah, but they were pretty. I don't know how they ended up getting a taste for human flesh because that apparently was quite surprising at the time. They were quite surprised by that.
It's quite it's quite cultured of them in a way to develop their own taste. It's like, we acquire a taste for certain wines and enjoy them.
Yeah.
Like the fact that an animal could acquire a taste to the point that they loved.
Are there any animals that actually want to kill humans? Like really, really hate us? What are the ones that really wouldn't give a shit?
I reckon spiders don't give a shit.
Nah, they give a shit, man. Like I told you the other week, I put my hand in my letterbox. There was a redback spider in there. Had no idea.
Actually, you're
Big
right.
one.
No, you're right.
And it didn't even kill me, man.
Okay, I've got it. The Komodo dragon.
Yeah. Does that want to kill you?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it would
yeah.
be. It could eat you and kill you and all the rest, but would it want to?
Yes, I think it would.
But people live on the island of Komodo with them.
And they want to eat them. And I think large snakes want to eat us. Very big snakes.
Very big snakes want to eat us.
Yes. We're a delicious meal.
But per capita or whatever, right? It's the hippo that kills the most, right? Humans. That's the fact.
Yeah.
I think they're the deadliest animal to humans.
I think they're just aggressive. I think, and we misjudge what they're capable of.
Why are we going? Why are we hanging out with the hippos?
Oh, we're not. No, but I think everyone wants a good selfie with a hippo. So you're not going to walk up to a lion, right, and relax because they're a lion.
True.
It could be the ghost or the darkness. Who knows, right? What if it's got a taste for human flesh? But a hippo, for some reason, we don't give them the respect they deserve, and they know it. They're upset. And they're really fast in a straight line. And they're aggressive as fuck. They're aggressive just by nature.
They don't need a lot to start the process of eating you.
But they don't eat us, right?
They do.
Really?
Yeah. They lick you, paralyze you. It takes you about a week and a half to die.
I was talking about hippos. I thought we were talking about hippos.
I thought we were talking about komodos.
Komodos, sorry. Yeah. They give you a lick, yeah.
Yeah, they give you a lick and then follow you around for a couple of weeks till you're dead. And then they eat everything. But hippos, no, I don't think they would do that. No. They would just drown you probably, right?
They just charge you, and I think they just run into you with their tusks, which look like teeth.
Well, it turns out all the stats are wrong. Yeah. Forget about them. Throw them out.
Throw them out?
Throw out the hippopotamus. It's back on the friendly list. We've got bigger problems.
Okay, right. So what did you search?
Deadliest animals worldwide by annual number of human deaths.
Okay, deadliest, but I thought we said whether they want to kill you or not. Like spiders would probably kill. Okay, let me think. I'm going to go with, I feel like I have to go with, geez, it's tough. It's really tough.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's got to be an animal that's everywhere. I think that would help. That would help. And I want to go with a snake, but I feel like we've just been bashing on snakes a lot in this episode. I blame Jesus somewhat for that.
Yeah. I blame the comet being a symbol of, like, the snake being used as a symbol of the comet, which has reset.
In the sky?
Yeah. Which reset humanity a few times. So, like, maybe that's why snakes are associated with bad stuff. Anyway, yeah, go on.
But this is confirmation bias again, right?
100%.
Jesus started it with labeling snakes as being disingenuous, untrustworthy killers.
Baddies, yeah.
Liars.
Scum.
Fraudsters.
Yep. Truth givers.
And then, right, we're using that basis. Now, whenever a snake bites someone or you see a snake, everyone's got a problem with it. All of a sudden, everyone's hating on it.
Yeah. But the stats are good for dying from a snake bite, so that's good.
Yeah, okay. So what is the number one killer?
Mosquitoes.
Of course it is.
They kill 1 million people a year.
Fuck, I knew that. Somewhere deep inside my noggin.
It says, by annual number of human deaths. Okay. Next on the list, snakes. 100,000. So they are up there still.
Okay, they're up there.
But I do think that a rewrite of the modern Bible should have mosquitoes instead of snakes being the baddie.
And how much sense does that make? Because a mosquito whispering in your ear, firstly, that's annoying as anything.
And they're taking their bloodsuckers, that's all good stuff.
They're vampires with wings.
Stuff. Yeah, and they lie.
And they spread disease worse than rats. So if you're a little bit tapped, if a mosquito flew close to your ear hole, you might think that the mosquito is telling you something. Has anyone committed any crimes because the mosquito told them to do it?
Look, I'm sure it's happened because you've just said it, so I'm sure it has occurred. Yeah, the mosquitoes are definitely talking to some people. I think that's evident. But snakes, 100,000. Dogs on the list next. 30,000.
Yeah, you know what? Dogs I thought could be.
Yep.
Now
we got some problems. Fresh water snails. What do we think about that?
What?
20,000 people to fresh water snails. Freshwater snails, right? Can you Google that for me? What the hell a freshwater snail is?
How does
can you find out, please? I need you to type something else in a minute. So let's keep it. Let's do the freshwater snails first. These deadly assassins.
Quite friendly and beautiful.
Okay.
I didn't.
And the killer, what do they do?
Freshwater.
Why are they
snail
killing so many
death.
people? Find out.
Why snails are one of the world's deadliest creatures.
Go on.
Okay, another creature belonging to the small but deadly category is the freshwater snail, which is responsible for more than 200,000 deaths a year, more deaths than sharks, lions, and wolves combined.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm worried. Freshwater snails carry a parasitic disease called schistomasis, which infects.
That's bad.
It's bad. It's definitely bad. It infects nearly 250 million people, mostly in Asia, Africa, and South America. It's one of the world's most deadly parasites.
There you go. Stay the hell away from freshwater snails, everybody. Right?
You
type this in.
You can get it.
Bugs.
You can contract it from wading, swimming, entering the water in any way, and the parasites basically exit the snails into the water and seek you.
That's so fucked up.
They penetrate right through your skin, migrate through your body, end up in your blood vessels where they can live for many years, even decades.
It's one of the crazy things about going up north. You go, man, look at these beaches. They're beautiful. And they're like, yeah, you can't go in. What? Oh, can't go in the water. Not when it's nice. Jellyfish.
Yeah, but it's the freshwater snails we got to be worried about. I'll take the sharks any day. I'll take the sharks and the jellyfish.
It's not the sharks, it's the jellyfish. Yeah. And I'm talking about like Queensland and stuff. And yeah, they're like, it's really nice weather.
There's mosquitoes and the snails. It's not the worms that actually cause disease to people. It's the eggs. The eggs have sharp barbs because they eventually need to make it back out of the human body and back into the water and find that there are snails that they need to complete their reproduction cycle.
Fucking hell. Anyway, that's scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Can you type in assassin bugs? Because we need to know what these assassin bugs are.
Oh, is that the next one?
12,000 people.
Okay, well, this is freaking me out though. I'll move on in 1 second. The eggs can lodge in different tissues and cause severe symptoms ranging from anemia and fatigue all the way to various severe symptoms, even death in about 10% of chronic cases. All right. Assassin bugs. That sounds very...
Sounds scary as fuck. I'm just picturing like the biggest.
Is that like a species or?
Yeah, apparently assassin bugs are a species.
It looks like a dung beetle with more legs or something. Oh, assassin bugs are common in Queensland and parts of New South Wales. They are generalist predators with large appetites. What does that mean?
Eat a lot.
Do you know what they are?
Big.
Really? Are they big?
I don't know. I'm looking at pictures of them. They look scary as fuck. They're like, they're sending off a whole bunch of natural fuck off messages. You know what I'm saying? Like they've got the big hairy arms, the fuck off face. Like I don't want to talk to anybody face.
They just look like a bug to me. I can see they're a little bit pointy in parts. And a little bit red.
And these can kill?
I haven't got that far.
a very painful stab. They can do a painful stab. They're stabbers.
They're also known as kissing bugs. So this is what I mean about it's the label we give them. See, calling them an assassin bug, they never had a chance
No,
to be your friend. Kissing bug.
Lovely.
They are called assassin bugs because of their habit of preying on other insects, and kissing bugs because they often bite humans around the mouth or eyes.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That's a nice positive spin on it, isn't it? They're called kissing bugs because they love to bite faces.
In general, they're not considered to be dangerous to humans.
Why not? They're killing people, apparently, according to this graph.
Some species can transmit a parasite called Trypanosoma cruzi.
Oh, those fucking jerks. Why would they do that?
I can't read anything. Like, how scientific words, just words in general. But this one, Trypanosoma cruzi, which causes Changer's disease.
Okay, sounds good.
Chagas disease is a serious illness that can cause fever, swelling, and sometimes death if left untreated. It's most common in South America, so let's not worry about it too much. But yeah, Queenslanders, watch your back. Don't kiss any bugs.
Yep.
If you suspect you've been bitten by an assassin bug or been exposed to the parasite that causes Changer's disease, it's important to seek medical attention. Precautions when you...
Yeah, stop Googling, get in the car.
Well, not going to Queensland anymore.
Wow. There's other ones on the list. There's some flies, some roundworms, and then it starts getting into the actual predators. Okay, what I consider predators.
What's the first predator on there?
Crocodiles.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
The
That's good. That's the
ones.
one. Yeah, dinosaur, a bit dinosaur-y.
Yeah, dinosaurs.
They're just angry. They're old. You know when you get old and they're just crotchety and just shitty?
You're talking old genealogically, right?
Yeah, like I think that kind of like that sort of, they know they're old. Like a part of them knows they're old.
They look angry.
Yeah. And they know, and they've always been the top of an apex predator. And that gives you some kind of like permission to be a fuckwit.
Yeah. To look aggressive, to just be an all-round bad guy to be around.
To just bite things.
Yeah, they're scary, aren't they?
They do what they want. Hey, speaking of animals very quickly and tusks, particularly elephant tusks, I've got something out of the Hebrew University of Jerusalem.
Okay.
They've discovered an ivory comb from around 1700 BC.
Excellent.
The alphabet was developed 100 years before this comb.
Yes.
And it's the earliest entire sentence in Canaanite, who are one of the first people to pick up the alphabet.
Amazing.
So we've got one of the earliest entire sentences on this little comb. And it's got a spell against lice.
That's great. Contextual. It's for your hair. So you wanted the spell to be hair related. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, it says, "May this tusk root out the lice of the hair and the beard."
Fantastic. We should be putting spells on stuff.
Yeah, they don't make them like they used to.
It's positive power of thinking, right? It's the like if I was to bless my can of like vanilla cola, right? I could say, I bless you, vanilla can of cola, and may you not only taste great, but encourage me to have an excellent day. And then I just have to go out and do that after I drink it.
100%. This is the opposite of taking the power, negative power, and giving it to a number, right? In 13.
Yeah.
This is taking the power and imbuing it in a physical item. And it says, "May this tusk root out the lice of the hair and the beard." That is beautiful.
Incredible. Not really a spell, right? Just good vibes.
Well, it's good vibes. It's good vibes. It doesn't say trying to think of something negative.
Don't walk under ladders. Or 13's a shit number.
It's an imported luxury object, apparently, because no elephants in Canaan during this time period. The comb likely came from Egypt.
Fantastic. By the way, elephants did make the list,
That doesn't surprise me.
killing half the amount of people as crocodiles, along with hippopotamuses, who also share 500 with elephants. Hippos and elephants, 500.
Okay.
And then you got lions, half that. So there you go.
Oh, so the Ghost and the Darkness.
Yep.
Well, they really did perform, didn't they?
Yes. If you're saying that 250 in a year is the statistics, and if they got 34, they're doing a lion's share. If you like they're definitely doing their lion's share of that one.
See, that makes what they've done all the more impressive.
What they've done.
Like that is skill. For two lions.
I don't know what happened. I don't think they even know what happened.
Yeah, that is skill. Like that,
Whereas,
they
like,
are the Michael Jordans.
But again, like who created the
humans.
lions though? Who created the lions?
God.
Did the humans?
No, God knew what was happening. This is all part of his plan.
Of course,
this is all part of his
back.
plan. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that is the one time where God's plan did not work out because he thought they were going to get 36, 37. They got 35 or something. So it all changed to God's plan there. I think he wanted them to get one more, probably Vacuous.
Well, I don't know who's responsible for the assassin bugs or the mosquitoes, but I can only think of one person comes to mind, and I'm,
Michael Douglas.
Oh, there's no movies about mosquitoes. Deadly. Insects.
Sure there is.
There's not too many movies about insects at all. Because they don't have that human quality. I don't think it resonates well with the audience.
Definitely not. But that's why you need movies like A Bug's Life and Ants that sort of took them in and made them human. So that
give
they
them
were
human
palatable.
characters. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And Cars is the same thing, right?
Yeah, making cars human to make them more palatable.
It's so funny how we all love humans. I reckon we should take humans and make them more like inanimate objects and make a movie about that. So it's, people being glasses of juice and things like that.
There's a Rick and Morty gag where they're watching like Universal TV and like Universal cable. So it's like it's multiversal cable. And the first show, it's like a sitcom where a pizza gets delivered to a guy sitting on a couch, and then a couch delivers a guy to a pizza. They start reversing it all. So then a pizza delivers a couch or a guy to a couch. It's fucking genius. And they're all sort of like, I want a medium couch, extra cushion, like that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
I think that was it anyway. But I think we're out of time.
All right, man. Don't kiss any bugs.
Yeah, no. Stay away from the bugs, the crocs, the elephants, the mosquitoes, and the dogs.
Thank you
and
to Grant for the emails. Appreciate it.
Send us an email. See you next week.